Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Aviation the NABWIC Aviation Billion Dollar Luncheon for 2026. We welcome you and thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have a great show in store for you, and we just thank you so much for taking the time to join us to be able to hear from our wonderful presenters who will be sharing with us this morning. I will start off with getting Ms. Chandra Spicer, our National BDL Subcommittee Chair, will start us off.
Hey, good morning, almost afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Billion Dollar Luncheon, Aviation Opportunities for the Construction Industry. We're honored to have you with us today as we explore one of the most dynamic and opportunity-rich sectors in infrastructure, aviation. Across the country, airports are investing billions of dollars into modernization, expansion, sustainability, technology, passenger experience, and long-term resilience. These projects create tremendous opportunities for contractors, consultants, small businesses, diverse firms, and industry partners ready to help shape the future of travel. Today's luncheon is about more than projects and procurement. It's about access, relationships, preparation, and positioning our businesses to compete, collaborate, and deliver with excellence. Thank you to our speakers, the BDL committee members, partners, and every attendee joining us today. We encourage you to listen closely, engage fully, and use this time to identify where your company can play a role in building the next generation of aviation infrastructure. Welcome, and please enjoy today's presentation.
Thank you so much, Chandra. Really appreciate that. We will get going now. I will start off with some Zoom housekeeping rules for us. So everyone, if you could please be sure to have your cell phones placed on mute during the luncheon so that we have minimal disruptions. Please also place yourself on mute unless you are speaking, which that is going to just be if you are on program. We will also be asking that if where you are not able to rename yourself, but we truly would like for you to engage with us in the chat. So once we ask you to, right now, we will ask you to please drop your contact information in the chat throughout the call so that we can know your full name, who you are, what's your name of your business, and where you're calling from. We will greatly appreciate that. Want to make sure that you're able to look into your camera when you're speaking and eliminate any distractions, because as Chandra stated, this is definitely going to be a program that you are excited to be a part of. And if you could please just remember, once we're off of this call, to like, subscribe, and follow us on our social media platforms, we would greatly appreciate it. Next, we will get kicked off with our invocation that will be presented by Ms. Tylene Henry, the CEO of Ujima Services.
Thank you so much, Mia. Heavenly and most gracious Father, we thank you for blessing us with the gift of life today. We thank you, Lord God, for each and every individual, business, family, and community represented on this line today. We just pray that our actions, thoughts, and intentions are pleasing to you, Lord God. And we just thank you for the opportunity to connect and support building and growing and moving forward together. We thank you for each and every economic advancement opportunity that will be presented and taken advantage of. We thank you for the opportunity to work together in collaboration. And we thank you, most importantly, Lord God, for the harmonious and supportive atmosphere that you have created in which we can grow our businesses, our families, and our communities. We thank you in advance for a successful and productive luncheon. We thank you in advance for all of the opportunities to engage and participate in the growth within the aviation industry. It is in your heavenly name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for that beautiful prayer, Ms. Tylene. At this moment, I am going to take a moment to just introduce myself. My name is Mia Ferguson, and I am the chair for our Aviation Billion Dollar Luncheon this year. I will get us kicked off by sharing with us our NABWIC mission and vision. The NABWIC mission is NABWIC was founded to increase the national awareness of Black women in the construction industry. Our charge is to advocate for Black women-owned construction businesses for contract opportunities, create strategic environments that support educational, entrepreneurial, professional, and social network connections, train the next generation of Black women and minorities in the construction industry. I'm sorry. And our vision is the vision of the National Association of Black Women in Construction, NABWIC, is to build lasting strategic partnerships with first rate organizations and individuals that will provide groundbreaking and innovative solutions for Black women in construction and their respective communities. We are the voice of Black women in construction. And at this time, I would like to introduce Ms. Malika Anderson, the CEO of Alta Plans, who will be introducing our association to bring greetings this morning.
Yes, hi everyone. Good morning and welcome to this wonderful meeting. I've had the pleasure to meet this lady, Miss Ebony Wimbush. She is really a pioneer in the aviation ecosystem, and y'all would be excited to meet her as well. So she will be bringing her association greetings from AMAC, which is another amazing association as well. Miss Ebony Wimbush is the president and CEO of the Airport Minority Advisory Council, AMAC, where she leads efforts to advance equitable opportunities for minorities and women across the aviation and aerospace industries. She also served on the Equity Infrastructure Project Advisory Council and the U.S. Department of Transportation Advisory Committee on Transportation Equity. With leadership experience spanning public service and the private sector, Ebony has held key roles with the City of Baltimore and Fortune 500 companies, including FedEx Corporation, Johnson Controls, and Siemens. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Embry-Riddle periodically university. So please welcome and Miss Ebony Wimbush. It is a great opportunity to be here and to hear her speak. Thank you.
Good morning,
Ms. Wimbush.
everyone. I do not believe Ebony has joined. I think she's having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
So I bring you greetings from AMAC. My name is Tia Perry, and I serve as the Vice President of Strategic Partnerships and Membership at AMAC. So if we could just come back to Ebony in just a few moments. Mia, I believe she's trying to get connected.
Absolutely. I will continue on. What we will do is we will hop over to our woman in the spotlight, and I will bring Miss Angela Berry Robertson, the principal advisor and CEO of ABR Advisory Consultants, as she does our introduction for our woman in the spotlight, who we will be acknowledging this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Again, I'm Angela Berry Robertson from the Dallas-Fort Worth area of NABWIC, but also the principal advisor of ABR Advisory Consultants. And I am pleased today to announce our woman in the spotlight, a friend to all, especially NABWIC, but Ms. Shanetta Griffin, who is the executive director and CEO of Maryland Aviation Administration, where she oversees the operations for Baltimore Washington International Airport, Thurgood Marshall, excuse me, let me repeat that. Baltimore Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport and state's aviation programs. With more than 40 years of experience in transportation engineering, she is a nationally recognized leader in aviation and in infrastructure. Previously, she served as the Associate Administrator of Airports at the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, leading nationwide airport programs and supporting over 3,300 public use airports. Her career also includes executive leadership roles with major airport authorities, where she has led large-scale capital development, revenue growth, and operational strategies. Again, Shanetta has received numerous of awards and professional accolades by by transportation and civic organizations, including Baltimore's Business Journal 2026 Faces to Watch list, the Baltimore Sun's 25 Women to Watch list, Women in Aviation Excellence Legacy Award by the Airport Minority Advisory Council, or AMAC, Women Who Move the Nation by COMTO, the Conference of Minority Transportation Officials, Distinguished Alumni Award by the University of Toledo College of Civil Engineering, Corporate Professional of the Year Award by the National Forum of Black Public Administrators, Achievement in Business and Industry Award by the Indianapolis Center for Leadership and Development, and Strathmore's Who's Who. A very accomplished woman, a phenomenal advocate in our aviation space. Ms. Griffin received a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from the University of Toledo. She is a proud mother of 2 children and a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. My friend and colleague, congratulations to Shanetta Griffin, Executive Director and CEO of Maryland's Aviation Administration. Unfortunately, Shanetta was not able to join us today, but in her behalf, we welcome Tracy Clark, who is her senior advisor for the Maryland Aviation Administration. So Tracy, thank you for being here to accept on Shanetta's behalf. Tracy?
Thank you, and good morning. Technically still morning. Good morning, everyone. I am so honored to accept this award on behalf of my amazing boss, Ms. Shanetta Griffin. She is truly honored to be recognized during today's luncheon and regrets she is not here to accept, or can't say in person, virtually. Um, but she asked me to express her sincere appreciation and thanks to the National Association of Black Women in Construction for this recognition and the important work you do to elevate women in construction. Thank you again for this recognition. Everything that Angela said is absolutely true. Not only is she a great leader and professional, she's a phenomenal human being. So this award is deserved, well deserved. So thank you and enjoy the remainder of the program.
Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. And please give our congratulations to Shanetta.
I will.
Next, I'm going to turn it back over to Mia to continue the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angela, and thank you so much, Ms. Clark, for joining us this morning. We truly appreciate you receiving this award on behalf of Ms. Griffin. At this time, we have come to a place in our program. I'm not sure if we have Miss Ebony Winbush. Has she been able to join yet, Tia? I don't see her yet. So what we can do is we can go ahead of schedule. That's what we do. We pivot. So we are going to prepare because what we are going to do, guess what? Ebony just joined. But we'll let her get settled in after we hear from Ebony on behalf of AMAC. What we will do next is we will have a group photo taken. So there will be a virtual group photo, which will be facilitated by our Zoom producer. So after we hear from Ebony on behalf of AMAC, what we will do next is we will hop over and we will do a photo. After that photo, we will have a breakout room where all of us will go into a different breakout room, and those breakout rooms will allow us to have an opportunity to introduce ourselves and network with one another virtually. We all love networking opportunities. So in that room, everyone has a 20 to 30 second time frame to do their elevator pitch and just tell who you are, the name of your business, and the products or services that you offer so that you can get connected with the people who you are in the breakout room with. And at that time, we just want to, take the opportunity for everyone to be able to connect and collaborate with someone. So without further ado, I am going to ask Miss Ebony Wimbush. I know that we've already done her introduction, but I'm just going to ask Malika, since she is here and present right now, I'm going to go back to her her introduction and would like to ask you to reintroduce Miss Ebony Wimbush. Thank you so much.
So as I stated, people, it is an honor to have Miss Ebony Wimbush from AMAC. Like I said, I met her in person. She is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. Ebony Wimbush is the president and CEO of the Airport Minority Advisory Council, AMAC, where she leads efforts to advance equitable opportunities for minorities and women across the aviation and aerospace industries. She also served on the Equity Infrastructure Project Advisory Council and on the U.S. Department of Transportation Advisory Committee on Transportation Equity. With leadership experience spanning from public service and the private sector, Ebony has held key roles with the City of Baltimore and Fortune 500 companies, including FedEx Corporation, Johnson Controls, and Siemens. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. So, Ms. Wimbush, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are looking forward to this amazing opportunity to hear you speak and bring greetings. So welcome.
Good afternoon. Actually, it's still morning. So good morning to all of you on the phone. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. Again, my name is Ebony Wimbush, the president and CEO of Airport Minority Advisory Council. And I want to thank my VP of Strategic Partnerships, Tia Perry, for stepping in to bring initial greetings. It is certainly a pleasure to join NABWIC's billion-dollar aviation roundtable. I want to begin first by recognizing Anne and the NABWIC leadership for your continued leadership and commitment to advancing women-owned businesses. Your work is critical, and certainly it aligns closely with AMAC and our mission, and therefore our strategic partnership. At AMAC, we certainly believe that opportunity should not be limited to access. It should be expanded by intention. And that's what we do. Aviation is a $1.7 trillion industry with economic output. And so the opportunities are there. And so the question is who has access and who's prepared to compete? And that's where our work comes in, our collective work, our work with NABWIC, our work individually, and the work that each of you guys are doing to ensure that women in this industry have a seat at the table. So we're not just advocating at AMAC, we're activating. We connect businesses to decision makers. We create pathways to procurement. We work to ensure inclusion is not just a goal, but a reality. And that certainly is what NABWIC is doing today, because we all know that these opportunities are more than just about contracts. Ms. McNeil would tell you that they're about wealth building. They're about strengthening community. They're about driving innovation. Access, again, is not enough. We've got to focus on relationships, results, readiness, ensuring that you're prepared and connected and positioned to succeed. So together, we're going to continue to work with NABWIC, with other industry leaders, with public partners, so we can move beyond conversation into action. And so I want to welcome each of you to the AMAC Airport Business Conference hosted by Baltimore, Washington, Thurgood Marshall International Airport. You're going to hear from the CEO there, Shanetta Griffin, a friend of AMAC, a former board member, and really a champion of inclusion. This June the 10th through the 14th, AMAC's annual conference will be hosted by BWI right there in the state at the National Harbor. And because of our special partnership, we've included an inclusive discount just for NABWIC members. We hope that you join us. It will be 4 days of intentional focus on connecting, on advocating, on educating, on elevating. And so again, I want to thank you. We hope to see you. We know we'll see some of the NABWIC leadership, and we look forward to hearing the rest of the conversation. Again, if there's anything more that we can do at AMAC to help connect opportunities as we're doing nationally, as we're doing in some of our local chapters, we're here to support. So thank you, NABWIC. Thank you, Anne and the leadership team. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the webinar. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wimbush. We are so delighted to have you with us this morning and appreciate you shuffling around your schedule to make the time to join us. As we previously stated, we are going to prepare for our group photo. However, I would be remiss if I did not give an opportunity for our fearless leader, Ms. Ann McNeil, to come on to just give us some words before we prepare to take our group photo and prepare for our producer to take us into our breakout rooms. So Ms. Ann McNeil, I know that several of us that are in the industry follow her, and she is all over the place with all her travel. But we just truly appreciate her and want to acknowledge her and give her an opportunity to address the crowd while we have everyone preparing to do our photo. Miss Ann?
Mia, of course. I am in Rio on a bus right now, just left Sugarloaf Mountain, climbing the mountain, and to put on my NABWIC shirt. And I would not miss this for anything. I don't give excuses. I like what Ms. Nightingale said when somebody asked her about her success. So she said, listen, I don't give excuses and I don't take excuses. So regardless of being on this bus, I want to make sure I'm here. Ebony, we will see you in June. I'm not sure if I have Wi-Fi near, but just want to make sure everybody knows we will see her in June. I want to thank everybody for joining. I am going to be very brief because, again, I have a presenter in the background of me on this bus. All right, so thank you so very much. I'm going to go back on mute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Ann. Truly appreciate you joining us. You've been traveling the world, and we can't wait for you to come back home. All right. So at this time, I am going to turn it over to our Zoom producer, Clint, to be able to facilitate our group photo. And then he will open the respective breakout rooms in order to get us moved over once we finished.
All righty. Thank you all for joining. So we will have our group photo at the count of 3. I'll ask you all to give us a big smile, and then we will be taking those photos. It should be about 3 pages, so I'll do it 3 times. All right, so starting off, 1, 2, 3. Let's take that again. 1, 2, 3. All right, and the next page, 1, 2, 3. And the final one, 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you all. Back over to you, Mia.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So at this time, Clint, you will open all the breakout rooms and get everyone sent to their respective locations. And the breakout rooms will automatically close when we come back. And after we finish our breakouts and our elevator pitches, please be sure to come back and join us as we hear from the Miami airport. Miss Sylvia Novello will be bringing us some golden nuggets from opportunities that they have in Miami coming up. So please remember to come back and join us after leaving the breakout room.
All right, breakout rooms have started. If you are not seeing the option to join a breakout room, click on the More button and select the room that you would like to go into. I know the co-hosts may not be assigned to a breakout room just yet, but we'll have you over in short order. You have also the option to select the More button and join a breakout room. Currently, we have all breakout rooms except room 2 with a NABWIC member. If anyone is available,
Malika, can you jump in room 2, please? So it looks like that some of them have not been able to accept their rooms, Clint.
Okay. All right, we'll be sending you over in short order. Michelle, I'll be assigning you to
Mia, can you
room
move people?
3.
Mia, can you move people? Mia, can you move people?
We've moved them, Miss Ann, but for some reason it's like they're having to accept the room. Hey, Clint, it looks like most of the people have been assigned.
Okay.
Looks like one person is not moved or assigned, and I got that person. So they've been assigned, and all right, we're all set. Everybody is gone.
One. Okay, perfect.
Oh, okay. All right, give me one moment.
There's an option on the breakouts that, to select with the options on how long it is to automatically move people to the breakouts when it's open. And so I'm assuming that probably wasn't selected.
Yeah,
And that may
Tylene,
be
we're
because
still
when we do the
recording.
membership.
Tylene, we're still recording.
Oh, no.
Okay, looks like that people came back in the everyone. Welcome back. Thank you all so much for joining the breakout rooms and getting an opportunity to connect with one another and network in a virtual setting. So we truly appreciate you all taking that time to do those introductions to yourselves with each other. What I would like to do at this time is just remind everyone to please share your contact information in the chat. Drop your name, your business name, what products and services you offer. And if you have any interest in becoming a member of the great organization, the National Association of Black Women in Construction, we welcome you to just drop the word membership in the chat, and we will be connecting with you. We will also have an opportunity after we hear from our next speaker for us to acknowledge and go into a space to be able to connect with people interested in membership, have any questions that they would like to ask NABWIC members. We will have that opportunity to do so at that time. So again, thank you all so much for participating in our breakout, and we will begin to continue on with our program. At this time, I am going to, one second, I'm going to ask Ms. Kendi Ward if she would kick us back off with getting our introduction of our next speaker from the Miami airport.
Thank you very much, Mia. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to share with you our next presenter from Miami-Dade Aviation Department, Sylvia Novella. She's a graduate of the University of Florida with over 18 years of progressive leadership experience in procurement, materials management, and capital project operations within Miami-Dade County. Her current role as Assistant Director of Procurement and Material Management Division for Miami-Dade Aviation Department, Mrs. Novella leads and manages all procurement, contracting, and materials management operations for MDAD, supporting the department's $12 billion capital improvement program and overseeing 265 plus active contracts and agreements exceeding $1.5 billion in value. Welcome, Miss Sylvia Novella.
Thank you. Thank you all for having me. I'm so happy to be here with you all. So I know I've been asked to present some of the things that we have going on here at the airport, and so we'll start the presentation. And I think I'm going to highlight in the beginning a lot of this $12 billion capital improvement program, which is a lot of money. It's the projects you're going to be hearing me speak that are related to this program are also very large projects. But I think there's a slide towards the end when I get to where I really want to hone in, because I think a lot of times we're so focused on that big, I don't know, that big money pot that we're missing the when we pay like Powerball and you're paying for that, like, oh, 1.2 billion. And there are all these smaller lottos of like a little bit of millions. I think that's where people are missing out a great entrance to our world. So we'll start the presentation so we can go to the next slide, but I'm going to focus mainly on the other one. So but just to give you a quick overview of how large we are. And Ralph Coutier is our director, who unfortunately was unable to attend today's meeting, so I'm here on his behalf. If you ever hear Ralph speak, he speaks a lot about stats, and he has them all memorized, and I don't have that skill set. So I'm glad I have this slide to help me, but just so you can get an overview of our department, we have about over 55, I think, 0.3 million passengers coming in and out of our airport. We keep breaking records. I think COVID, and there was this idea that somehow we were going into this downtrend, but for our specific airport, we've only been breaking records. And so this slide is a good indication of those records. And I think even recently, which I don't have in front of me, I think we've broken a few more. So we are doing well. There's a lot of opportunity here, especially with our cargo. As you can see, we're ranked number 1 in the US and number 3 in the world. We're ranked number 2 in the US for international passengers and number 8 for our domestic. And so one of the biggest things we have going on in our airport is our cargo and our commercial side that just keeps breaking records and stats. So this is a great place to do business. So if we go into the next slide. Sorry.
Hello.
So
hey, Bob.
Oh, sorry. I think someone maybe needs to be. Okay. So one of the things that we have going on along, and it's always in conjunction to, and it's supporting roles, is our modernization and action plan, which is a projected cost of the 14 billion, which includes our capital improvement program. And so as you can see this small map of our airport, these are the various programmings that we have in this MIA plan. And so there's a lot of things that are happening. We are growing, and so naturally our landscape and our environment has to grow. So if you want to go into the next slide, I think the next couple slides are going to give you an example of what we're doing as part of our plans. One of the biggest challenges we have as a customer-facing organization is what our passenger goes through and what their experience is. And obviously, three of the biggest areas in which a passenger is focused on is obviously their elevators and escalators and moving walkways, which we're in the process of upgrading about 68. I think we're much closer to that number of completion. We have 33 new passenger boarding bridges. We're in the process of completing about 14 glass bridges, which is going to really modernize the passenger experience because these bridges are going to be made of glass. And we're currently in a second procurement to bring in about another 15 new bridges. And then the other point, which is honestly a stickler for me as a passenger, is the bathroom, which are like, I don't know, there might be the thorn on Ralph's side and us, but that is another area which we've been maintaining a lot of focus on, trying to renovate the different bathrooms throughout our terminals. So in the next slide. The other things that recently have happened and are continuing to happen in the next few slides is our garage extension. We had our what is called the IBIS garage that came out in December of 2025. And we are recently now in the process of doing the cladding of all of our garages. Next slide. The other thing which I got to be the contracting officer for was this design build for Terminal K. It was a over $700 million project, and we started groundbreaking last year, and it's expected to be finalized in 2029. I think a lot of people, when they see like, oh, that's already been, that's already been won by a bidder. There's so much work that has to be done to build, and time, as you can see, to build this terminal. So one of the things I always tell my small businesses or vendors who are out here, trying to search for opportunities is that just because Terminal K has been awarded to a firm, it doesn't mean that firm does not need partners. And so I always love to provide the contract that we end up executing, the requirements that we set as far as our small business goals or requirements that we put into our contracts, and the contact information of the different folks who are the contact folks for these contracts. So you all have an opportunity to reach out and build those relationships and carve yourself an opportunity in this $700 million contract. So next slide. So this is also another opportunity. That's a central terminal. We have two phases. So in this slide and the following slide, if you can go to the following slide as well, we're finalizing the design of these two phases of the central terminal redevelopment, and it's coming to my side to do the procurement. And so this is another opportunity, again, to be in the loop of these contracts, and not because of the size of them. It's just because of your ability to carve yourself an opportunity and team up, even as a small business, team up with these prime firms who end up bidding on it. Next slide. And then we have the last project that I wanted to give you an example of is the Concourse D West expansion. This is a $1.6 billion expansion project. We are in the process of preparing the procurement for this project. It is going to be a design build. We are looking to attach goal and small business requirements for them, and do an industry day, which we're going to release prior to issuing any advertisement, so we can get feedback from the entire community. And when we're talking about feedback, we're asking for feedback not only from the alleged primes who are going to bid on this 1.6 billion project, but more importantly, for those small businesses and those who want to create those networking and partnership, is really to put you guys all into one room so everyone can, court each other essentially, and also provide the feedback to the county and to MDAD on how we're structuring this procurement and what we may not be considering, or maybe we're overlooking something, or maybe we're taking something for granted that we need to like recircle and look at how our language and how our information is. So one of the different things that we're doing for this project is that industry day. We're going to ask for a lot of feedback. We're going to drop the information for the folks to give us their perspective on it and any language that they want to see differently done in this procurement. So on the last slide, which I know I'm being very wordy, but I get very excited once I start to see all my projects. So bear with me. This to me is one of the most important slides when I go out and do my outreach, especially to my small firms, is that if you saw my intro of what is under my portfolio, there's a roughly about $1.3 billion worth of goods and services that I issue out daily under our daily use of our operation for our goods and services and our concession programs. Actually, the 1.5 doesn't even include the concession program. So for my goods and services sides, I have that kind of expenditure annually. And so that's what I'm talking about when I say, if you're trying to figure out how to get yourself into our airport and our department and our county, these are the areas in the pools that are countywide, but specifically where the airport is, where we do our day-to-day buys. Most of the purchases that I do there end up becoming from the day-to-day things under 250, which are automatically set aside to small businesses. So I don't even have, as a procurement professional, the ability to go outside my small businesses for those type of purchases. So this is a great opportunity in an area where if you're new to the county, if you're new to the airport at MIA, these are the good area. This is a good place to start. Along with, if you're in your construction, it's the MCC 7360-7040 program. That is construction under 5 million. There is set asides as well under 250 for those programming. And so it's another opportunity for our small construction firms to get inside the airport and gain the experience that you need. And not only the experience, but then the partnerships of all the other construction firms that are much larger than you, that you have the ability to court. The same thing for A&E. We're under the A&E services that are under 5 million are under the Equitable Distribution Program. It's a great program. It's rotational. It allows you like an opportunity to be able to participate under rotation, not only for the airport, but countywide. And so it's a great opportunity where a small business could take on design work or study work without having to only go for our professional service agreements that are over 5 million. So this is a great space to be with the airport. I'm going to send out some links in the chat so you can gain access to the different pools and the different areas and where to look for our future solicitations. So you can review them, network, keep in touch with us and provide us feedback, because we are in the business of like serving our small businesses. So it's something that I think Ralph, our director, takes a lot of pride on. We have Andre Reagan, who is responsible for our minorities division. So we have an entire division dedicated to our small businesses and advocating for them. And so I'll drop the links for you. I don't know if I have another slide left. I'm not sure. But here, this is actually a great slide. There is a monthly outreach meeting that we do that's under Andre Reagan and Strategic Procurement Department, the Office of Small Business. LaWanda is actually the contact person. These QR codes are up as well. If you guys want to grab some links, I will drop a bunch of links with some information on this last slide so we can stay in touch and you can get like the additional information that you want. As always, our director, our executive staff, and even like the rest of us, we're here for you all. We thank you for your partnership. We're always welcoming new opportunities and to serve you all, and new opportunities for you all to be part of our world. So thank you. I don't know if we're doing Q&A. I forgot to ask, but if anybody has any questions, you could also, I think I put in my email, but if not, I'll drop my email so you guys can email me as well.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. Truly appreciate you bringing all of this information to us so that we can have an opportunity to understand a little bit about Miami Airport. I am going to ask, I do have a question that just came up. Someone asked, one of the architects from Maryland said, do we need to be registered? Do we need to be registered as a small business federally or in the state of Florida in order to qualify for some of these small business opportunities? You're on mute, sorry.
Isn't allowing. Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
there
Somehow
you-
I couldn't unmute. So that's a great question. So for our DBE, so for any project that we have that has a federal grants attached to it, that fall under our DBE programs, and I understand that our DBE program being under the federal level is still, I believe, on hold. But those projects in which we advertise, then you just have to meet the federal requirement and be registered as a DBE. For our local, our projects with our local funding, you do have to be a certified small business under their program to gain any of the goal opportunities or preferences. And so that's one of the links I was going to drop, because a lot of people say, oh, but I am a DB firm, and it's fine for those kinds of projects with that type of funding. But the bigger pot, I would say, is sitting in the regular local funded type of procurements. And so I'll drop the link to our small business website so you can all see the requirements for them.
Okay, there looks like there was some additional contact. We have another question from a NABWIC member. Who would we need to contact for new innovations in the exterior cleaning industry?
For the cladding, if it's for if we're talking about cladding and the exterior of what I was talking about, I'll drop the information of who that is. If it's for janitorial, I will put that as well.
Okay.
Who are those relevant NDAP contacts? I'm just writing my notes on what I'm typing.
Okay, awesome.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure if we have any more questions. There is a hand raised. If you could drop your questions in the chat for Miss Novella. There's one here. With the SB 1134, will this affect us getting work within the industry?
It does impact, but again, I think funding has a lot to do with it. So depending on the project, that is you could see an impact to it. But I always feel like one of the links that I'm gonna provide is the projects that we have listed, because we list the respective fundings, and so that's gonna help you navigate those kinds of things that are in the way, what I call like in the way for you. So I'll make sure to drop that link once I'm done with the Q&A.
And there was a question that was sent to me. Someone wants to know, has there been a date set for the industry day for the Concourse D project yet?
No, we're actually finalizing, believe it or not, the auditorium that you will use is really busy because of FIFA. So I've been trying to negotiate people out so I can get that room. But so we're almost there. I think it's expected to be the first week of June. But we don't have the final date yet. But you will see it in the in our website, and you will get a if you are registered in Informs, and you're part of that commodity of architecture and engineering services and construction, you will get a blast and notification when we actually send the final. So again, the links I'm going to leave you that are MDAD specific links. If you watch them regularly, at least towards the end of the month, we will actually put the notification there as well.
Awesome. Okay, there's another question. So someone asked for RFPs with the local funding. If they are not a local firm, do they get negative points in the selection process?
No, we're not in the business of negative points. We're in the business of preference if you're a small business, and then if you're a local, there's another calculation that happens, and even locally headquartered. But we don't penalize for not being a local or a small business. What you don't benefit from is the actual extra points that we would be calculating.
Okay, got it. So no points off, but you get points for being a small business.
Definitely, and definitely local as well.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. It looks like that you have done there's another question. There's who should they contact at the airport for project controls or document controls?
For project controls, we have a program controls division. So I'll put the contact information, which is our program controls. And then for document controls, which has to do, I would assume, with public records, like I'll put the information for those folks as well.
Awesome. All right. And it looks like that all the questions that have been directed to you have been answered, Ms. Sylvia. Again, on behalf of NABWIC, I just want to give you our sincere appreciation for you coming to join us today and give us all of this wonderful information about opportunities that's going on with the Miami International Airport. We truly appreciate your time, your dedication. We want to thank your director because he has definitely always been a true advocate and always answers the call when we as an organization, NABWIC, reach out to Miami to just get you all engaged in the opportunities that we have. So we truly appreciate it and look forward to just continuing to grow that relationship together. At this time, we have come to a time in our program where we will have just some membership things that's going on. So some of you definitely joined the call a little bit late. So just to give you some insight, NABWIC, we are a membership organization and we bring these opportunities to you on a monthly basis for you to be able to see different opportunities that are coming in the billions for contract opportunities in different industries. This particular month, we are in the aviation space. And I will be sharing some information about our upcoming events here shortly. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just do some membership housekeeping about our organization. So we would like to we recognize our members who have joined and renewed, and we just like to thank them for their continued involvement in the organization, because without our members, we are just not able to conduct the business that we need to. So sharing our screen right now, just want to thank our renewal of our small business member, Ms. Terry King, for this month. NABWIC has a rolling membership, so every month we like to take that opportunity to really get a chance to just highlight those members that have either become members throughout the month or renewed their membership. So thank you so much, Ms. Terry King with TKC Advisory Services out of our Atlanta, Georgia chapter. And some of the member benefits with NABWIC is, along with these wonderful $1 billion luncheon virtual events that we have, we also have a NABWIC Training Academy through our education committee, where we bring different training seminars to our members, as well as guests with different topics that are surrounding the construction industry. So we have just a few here that are displayed on the screen. We take pride in the fact that we definitely welcome you to follow us on our social media, as well as our as well as following us on our Eventbrite, which is where we post all of the upcoming NABWIC events. You can get those notifications to be able to do, just to be able to see what we have coming up next. So just a huge opportunity for us. Our members do get an opportunity to come out and actually present some of these. So we have businesses that are represented in all sectors of the construction industry, and that is truly a member benefit. And last, we would like for you to join us. We give you an opportunity to click this link here. You can scan the QR code. We have the information with our membership link on the screen. But I'm just going to take this opportunity because I am the National Membership Chair and I'm going to use privilege right now and invite anyone who is interested in becoming a member to drop membership in the chat right now, because we would love to have you to join us with the National Association of Black Women in Construction. As you can see, we are expanding and doing our work all over the globe, and we are continuing to expand into new areas and with new opportunities. So we truly appreciate you joining us for this event, but we do have some opportunities where you can connect with us as well. If you just have additional interest in membership and getting some more information, then we welcome you to stay and join us as we have our breakout room that comes up next, where you can just join and ask some questions. We'll have some NABWIC members available to just give you that opportunity and go ahead and get you acclimated so that you can join us as a member. Also, we have our next new member orientation will be held on June 9th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. That is a virtual event, and would like to just truly get an opportunity for you to we would like to give you the opportunity to join us. That's where we'll have a kind of a huge overview. But every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., we actually have a membership call where our membership committee meets, and we have a breakout where people who are just interested in learning more about NABWIC have an opportunity to definitely join us and ask questions and learn more about the organization beyond what we were able to share during this time today. Okay. And as promised, what we will do next is we will share with you all some of our upcoming events. And on our screen, we are sharing here. We have our next $1 billion luncheon opportunity that's coming up on June 10th. And that is on public-private partnerships, P3 contracting opportunities. That will be on June 10th. I am sharing the QR code currently on the screen, so we would love for you to join. If you could please definitely join us, go on to our Eventbrite, go ahead and register. The event is already open, and we just welcome you to come back so that you can definitely be a part of what we have coming up next. And next slide, we also have coming up this coming Saturday, we have our our government relations series, which will be presented by the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we'll have Representative Nicole Collier representing District 95 out of Fort Worth, Texas, that will be bringing some information about just building power beyond the CBC, which is the Congressional Black Caucus, and how to engage and work with your local elected officials. So we welcome you to scan this QR code that's being shared on the screen right now to be able to join in on that call as well. Next slide, please. And last but not least, upcoming events we have coming up soon is in the month of June. We will have our NABWIC National Mid-Year Meeting, which will be held in Detroit, Michigan. Information about our mid-year meeting can also be found on our Eventbrite. You're able to scan this code, but we will be joining our Detroit chapter as they host us at the Embassy Suites at the Hilton Detroit Hotel. And just really looking forward to being able to connect with other people across the country. This is one of our national events where we all come together. So welcome everyone to join. We host a reception on that Friday evening where, people can learn more about the National Association of Black Women in Construction and learn how you can be a part of it. And then we strategically get together on Saturday where we have some time to spend and taking care of the business of NABWIC to continue to bring programs such as this one to our members and our audience. All right. At this time, we are going to ask again if you have an interest in joining NABWIC or just being able to hop in a room with some NABWIC members so that you can ask any questions. We will welcome that for you to just drop membership inside of the chat, and we will get you moved over. In addition to that, we will be sharing this this recording of this event on YouTube. So it will go, we will post it on YouTube where you can kind of go back and look at some of the things on here. If you are a part of the call today and registered to join us, then you will see that that will be shared on the NABWIC YouTube channels. So I'm sorry, the NABWIC YouTube social media where you can get that information. And please, if you are interested in learning more about NABWIC, ensure that you have dropped in your information in the chat, and someone from our membership committee will love to connect with you. This brings us to the conclusion of the show. However, we are going into a breakout right now to welcome anyone who has information or questions about membership and interest in joining us. So we will get you all moved over so that we can get that done. And we appreciate you joining us today and look forward to you being a part of the next program that we have here for NABWIC. Thank you again so much.
If you'd like to become a member, please put membership in the chat and we'll have you be sent over shortly.